Our next honoree is Brian Stolper, Stolper Insurance Agency. Let's welcome Brian to the stage. Yeah. Brian is the owner of Stolper State Farm Insurance Agency, a fourth-generation business located in Elmhurst. After starting his career in commercial banking, he made the move to the insurance industry, joining State Farm in 2003. The agency focuses on providing its clients with personal and commercial insurance solutions, life and health, as well as banking needs. Brian is a current member and former president of the Elmhurst Lions Club, a member of the Elmhurst Economic Development Commission, as well as Community Advisory Cabinet of Elmhurst Memorial Hospital. A very, very busy person, Brian Stolper, is here to share some ideas and words of wisdom with us. Please welcome Brian Stolper.
Thank you all for the opportunity to do this. It really is an honor to be up here. I thought it was important to share something that I've struggled with since after high school. I was diagnosed after high school with something that it's a disorder I've had to deal with personally, professionally. My wife has to, my employees do on a daily basis. It's called SOS, and it's shiny object syndrome, if anybody knows what that is. Loosely translated, it equates to the fact that I had the attention span of a goldfish. So when I which believe it or not, I Googled that, and it turns out, surprisingly, a goldfish actually has a longer attention span than we do, but go with it. I put this list together, and I said, I've heard speakers all over the world. I've heard them come in and speak. State Farm does some incredible stuff for us. But what I said is I love to hear ideas that are quick pops, right? Things that you can implement tomorrow. So when I put this list together, I said, let me put a list that hopefully a few of y'all can just look at and you say, 1, 2, 3, I can do this tomorrow. Either you or put a team member in charge. So that was my goal in doing this. So with that said, I want to jump in. I'm going to bounce around a little bit, I'm sure, but we're going to see how many we can get in here, and hopefully I can provide some excitement with this. First and foremost, and number one on my list was join or create a business owners group. Paul Darley, a big business owner in Elmhurst, incredible guy, approached me a couple years ago and said, Brian, I want to start a business owners group in Elmhurst. He already had one, but he wanted to start a new one. So what it basically is, it's a group, 8, 10 business owners, business leaders, business executives. They make a commitment to one another to get together on a monthly basis to sit down in total confidence and share issues to help each other grow. There's a lot of things that you might not be comfortable talking to your spouse about, or you might not be comfortable talking to your business partner about that you need help with. It's a forum that we use to be able to get things on the table and get advice from those that, unbiased. They bring other things to the table. They come from different industries. It really has been a game changer for me, and it's allowed me to make changes in my business that I otherwise probably wouldn't have if I didn't have the advice of those. So find a group or go out and start one. Advice one. Second, I'm sure there's some people in the room that have started businesses or thinking of starting businesses. Again, down the list I said steal everything, so most everything in here is stolen, but again, we're going to deal with it. Read the book E-Myth Revisited. Real powerful book. And this was given to me when I started my agency. And the idea behind it, E-Myth, is the entrepreneurial myth, right? It breaks down why small businesses fail. And, I put this in my notes, but, the myth is that most people who start small businesses are entrepreneurs. It's actually the farthest thing from the truth. Most people that start small businesses, and Mike, the author of this refers to them as technicians, but it's people that work for a company and they go, I'm sick of this. I can't do this anymore for this company, but I can go do it for myself. Well, you take a technician that's good at doing one thing, and now you put him owning his own business, where not only does he have to do that one thing, he now has to do marketing, he now has to do sales, he now has to do HR. He has to do it all. So they're not prepared for walking into that situation. The stats are 1 million businesses a year, 40% of those fail in the first year, 80% within 5 years, and then the 5 that make it past 5, 80% of those fail. So million businesses, 10 years later, there's 40,000 of them left. What's wrong, right? Again, the idea behind this book takes on the idea of building your business like a franchise. So again, I go read it because that's the approach I've taken. You could argue I kind of am in a franchise situation, because I'm beholden to a company like State Farm. But why do they succeed? Why does McDonald's succeed? Why does State Farm succeed? Why do franchises succeed? Simply because they've got the systems in place, they have the organization in place, and that's what a lot of small businesses fail to do up front. So read the book, incredibly powerful. All right, almost 5 minutes, so here we go. I better jump to the one I'm most passionate about. Number 5, really cool. Last year I had the honor to hear Danny Meyer speak. If you guys know, Danny Meyer owns Shake Shack. It's in Chicago now. He's from New York. He's a restaurateur. Rich Mellman was his mentor, to put it in perspective. That's let us entertain you. Danny Meyer, awesome, energetic guy. Wrote a great book again. Highly recommend picking it up. But one of the things he spoke about and really hit home with me, and it helped me define, I think, what I was already doing, is look for the 51% in your team. So I'm passionate about hiring. I'm passionate about finding the right people. And the 51% is what the definition is. It's really the emotional side of your team, right? Far too often we spend time searching for the technical side. How can this person do their job specifically? Well, guess what? I'm in insurance. I can train anybody to write a renter's policy in about 2 minutes. But what I can't train that person to do is how to properly care and deal with that client. I probably had 100 clients' homes burned down in the last 10 years. I've had thousands of clients get in car accidents. We deal with it every day, but that client doesn't deal with it every day. So this is my business, but if you're in retail, if you're in service, if you're in finance, it doesn't really matter. It all holds true. Don't spend the time training on the technical or hiring on the technical. Hire on the emotional side. The top 5 things: kind optimism, glass half full people. That's what we're looking for. Work ethic. And I'm not talking 80 hours a week work ethic. I'm talking someone who's passionate about what they do when they come to the office every day. That's what makes me smile, because I've worked hard to find the people that when they walk into the office, I know they care about what they do. We all have tough days, but you still care about what you do. Empathy. Empathy is simply the awareness of how other people feel and how what you do makes those people feel. I go back to the claim side, right? We deal with it every day. It's a no-brainer to me. Actually, a rental property of mine flooded a week ago. What was my response? Okay, we'll deal with it. But not everybody can do that. So you got to train your team to be able to handle these situations. And finally, self-awareness and integrity. It's basically making sure you have people that hold themselves accountable to doing the right thing on a daily basis. You can't train that. You got to hire for it. So again, I think I'm out of time. I know I'm out of time, but a few things I'm passionate about. There's some other good ones on there. I wrote a lot of detail, so hopefully that helps. And stolperagency.com. Honestly, if anybody wants to talk about anything, give me a shout. Love to hear from you. Thanks. Great.